What's up, guys? Deus Ex Machina here, DEM Gaming, bringing you a brand new video. I've been wanting to make videos again for a while. It's been almost 2 years since my last one. I just didn't know what to make videos about. But now we have a brand new Lineage mobile game out, Lineage2M. I'm assuming the M means mobile, but I'm not sure if I ever actually have seen that anywhere. But yeah, I thought maybe I'd show you guys this game in case you want to check it out, because I figure most, if not all of you that subscribe to this channel were subscribed for the Lineage 2 Revolutions content I was making a few years ago. This game, I'm enjoying it. It's got a lot of flaws. I feel like L2R was a little bit more polished, especially when it first came out. I'm just really hoping they add some new content to keep this thing fresh, but I'm enjoying it. And I know a lot of people hated and talked a bunch of trash about, what L2R turned into, but those first like 6 months or so of L2R were some of the most fun video gaming I've ever done. So if I can get 6 months like that out of this game, then I'll be happy. I will be honest, this game is another pretty pay-to-win game if you want to be like one of those top whales. But you can also, free to play it. It seems like it's a lot slower. Even like the whales that spent, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars those first few weeks, we're already starting to catch up to them, either being free to play or just, buying like a few, like couple dollars here or there. So it's not as bad in that aspect. So far, it's not quite as bad in the like daily grind where like L2R, it just got to the point where there literally just wasn't enough hours in the day to like finish all your daily tasks. In this game, you can basically bang out all your daily stuff in just a few minutes. I won't say in a few minutes, but you could log in, set your character up to AFK, like some of the daily stuff, and then just like walk away for an hour or two, come back, and it's like mostly all finished. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, so first of all, let's get started. How do you play this game? Well, you can either download the app on, from the Android Play Store or the Apple App Store or whatever. Or you can download Purple. Purple, it's just like the color, P-U-R-P-L-E, Purple. It's a special emulator made by NCSoft specifically for this game. It's kind of nice because you download Purple onto your computer, and then you play the game on Purple on your computer, and then you download the Purple app on your phone, and when you log into the Purple app on your phone, it basically keeps the game running on your computer and just streams like the video, I guess, of it. But it still plays like you're playing the app. Like you just like, it's not like trying to like remote desktop in or something where where you're trying to use like screen taps as mouse clicks. Like you can literally just play it as though you're playing it on your phone. My only complaint about it is it's really good in theory, but you need a really good Wi-Fi connection. If you're trying to do it through like 4G or something like that, it gets the resolution's so bad, like I can't even like see what I'm clicking on half the time. But it still gives you that option to, a way of checking in on your guy, make sure he's not dead and whatever. So that's kind of nice. So when you first get into the game, the first thing you're going to do is roll up a new class. So the classes are pretty much the same as the way they were in L2R. You've got your 5 races, your human, dwarf, elf, dark elf, and orc. So you have your 5 races, and then you have your classes. So each race has a class like your knights or your tanks. They just have like the sword. Then you got the dual swords. They were like the blade dancers in L2R. The dagger class, those are the assassins. The bow class are the archers. The orb class are the healers. And the staff class are the mages that do like magic damage and whatnot, like spell howlers and stuff like that. So the only big difference between the way the classes work in this game and L2R, so L2R, like you picked your class at the beginning, and that was like your class. Like you didn't get to change it. I do remember like a year or so in, they gave you that class transfer where you got to pick like one other class that you could play as. But in this game, if you get the cards, you can play as any of these people. Like the grayed out guys, like I haven't unlocked their cards yet, so I can't play as them. But all of these people, I can just change back and forth from these guys all I want with really no penalty. You know, I just, if I want to play as an orb one day, I can. If I want to play as a dagger one day, I can. Now, the only thing is, like, the class builds are different. Like, obviously, as a healer, having a lot of defense isn't as important because I, I can heal myself. So you want mana regen as a healer so that you can keep your heal up. So I already have all the basics unlocked. Basically, so when you pick your class, they give you stuff as you level up specific to your class. So I rolled an Orc Archer. So I've got, as level 1, when you first start out, you just get the basic card. At level 5, you get the rare card. At level 40, you get the unique. I'm assuming at 60, you get the epic, and I don't know what they're going to give you at 80, but probably some kind of a legendary. But then you can buy these class cards in the shop. So you can just buy them, like, you can buy like one a day for Adina, and and I recommend buying these every day. And you also get them for doing different achievements, and they just give you random ones. So they're just completely random. I actually got really lucky and pulled this epic class, so that's actually what I'm running, even though this is technically the character that I rolled up. This was the class that I'm supposed to be playing as, but you can see like the basic classes, like their stats are kind of crummy, like attack speed 20, cast speed 10%, so whenever you get the rare, then the stats go up, and attack speed and whatnot goes up, and then when you get the unique, they go up more, and so on. So now I have this epic guy, and even though he's a dagger class, he can still use my bow, so I'm still kind of sort of a bow class. Once you get the epic, almost all of these people can use 2 weapons. Like, this guy can use a sword and dual swords and whatnot. So this guy I unlocked just completely randomly, and drop rates are really low, so I was lucky that I pulled him. But his stats are really good, 95% attack speed, so like that. So this is still my best character, even though it's not the class I started out with. To me, it's kind of dumb that you can just switch back and forth between classes like that. I guess some people might like it because it gives them the freedom to change. Like, if you didn't like the character that you rolled up, you can just start over on another character, basically. But you really kind of need a good healer class. I'm really hoping to get one of these blue healer cards soon, because you really need a good healer class to survive in some of those higher levels. So I don't know. To me, that's kind of dumb that you can just change classes all you want, but I see kind of why they did it, and I can see why some people would like it. The Agathians are already in the game as well. In L2R, it was later on when they added these, but they work basically exactly the same way as the classes. You just get random cards. You have your basics, rares, uniques, etc. You can also fuse. You can fuse. You can do the same thing with classes. If you have extras, so you can fuse like 4 basics for a chance at a rare. You can fuse 4 rares for a chance at a unique, etc. And chance being the key word, because this is a pay-to-win game, so there's just as good of a chance that you're going to combine 4 rares and get another rare than there is that you're actually going to get a unique. I don't know how that's going to be going forward, because I know I'm going to be awfully pissed off whenever I combine 4 epics and get another epic instead of getting a legendary or something like that. But I guess we'll have to see how that works going forward. The other thing in this game that again, it's kind of nice almost in a way. It's kind of frustrating when it happens to you, but because this game only runs on purple, like, we can't figure out how to get it to run on like Nox or BlueStacks or any of that stuff, which I don't understand why. I mean, why it won't run, but somehow it knows that you're trying to run it on an emulator that's not purple, and so there's not really any like way to set up like a revive macro or anything. Like, even like auto clickers and stuff like don't seem to work with purple. There are like bots that you can pay for and buy, but I don't know, sometimes those bots weird me out. You're buying something from somebody in another country and your antivirus starts going nuts and whatever. But yeah, if anybody knows of any good, reasonable bots, you hit me up. But there, as far as I know, there's not really any good way to run like an auto clicker or like a macro, like in L2R we were running those revive macros. So Pking in this game actually has ramifications, because one, you die and you don't have a macro to revive you, so you miss out on AFK time. But also, every time you die, you lose experience and you lose gear. And you can buy it back with either diamonds or sometimes you can buy it back with Adina. You get 5 free revives a day, but after that you have to start, spending Adina or diamonds to get your stuff back. So it's, again, that's actually kind of nice because most people don't want to get into a PK war because there's actually ramifications. In L2R, we didn't care because we're like, oh, well, my revive macro, just keep reviving me and putting me back on my farming spot, so kill me all you want, you're not hurting me. In this game, there actually are ramifications to it, so that's kind of cool. But the game is also much more of a crafting game than typical, than L2R was. As far as I remember, I haven't played L2R in like 2 years, but I don't remember having to craft as much. But like you got to like your bow. Like if you want to make a new bow, then you have to make finest wood, finest jewel. You need a recipe. So then you have to come over here to, you have to turn steel into quality iron, to turn quality iron into finest iron, stuff like that. It pretty much turns it into a full-blown crafting game. If you want better armor, and then there's like these like stones and stuff that you can only get from like certain drops, and so you have to go try to farm these stones to get the stones for the drops and stuff like that. There also is a player market where you can sell stuff for diamonds. That's kind of cool. I'll probably do a video showing some tips and tricks about how to play the market. When the game was new and all the whales were, buying stuff like crazy on the market, you could make a lot of diamonds. It kind of stinks that I didn't take advantage of that any better than I did, because some of the people in my old clan were, they made thousands. They were making hundreds of diamonds a day, and they would buy stuff on there if they saw something that they thought was too cheap. They would buy it and then repost it at an inflated price and sell it, and just flipping stuff left and right and making diamonds. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's a lot of gaming that goes on the market. You can switch diamonds back and forth between your characters that I'll go over. Enchanting, which is what we used to call enhancing in L2R. It's also different. So first of all, you only go up to most of the stuff only goes up to like level 10, and you only it's only free to a certain amount. Most armor is actually only free to level 4. This armor special, it's free to level 5, or to level 6. I just only have it to level 5. But like this stuff, if I try to enhance this again, it actually says gear will be destroyed on enchant failure, and it will destroy it. This isn't like L2R where you just go down a level. It will completely destroy this, and this is blue armor that took me a long time to craft. So I don't want to take a chance on destroying it. So I don't know what to do. There is no such thing as Mayford's protections or anything in this game yet, so I don't know if that's something they're going to add later. I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, that's something to watch out for. It gets real frustrating. That's where the pay-to-win aspect really comes in, that those whales, they'll buy that stuff, break it, trying to get it to +10, and then they'll just go and buy it again. They'll just, if they're spending the money like that, that's where they're going to get ahead. But again, like I said, it seems like everyone's kind of catching up already. Like some of those whales that spent hundreds of dollars the first week it came out are not that far ahead a month later. We're starting to catch up. What else is there? There is the dungeons work a little bit differently in this game. It's not like L2R where everyone just lived in the dungeons. The dungeons, you only have so much time each day. Like you only have like 2 hours in this one. This one's 7 hours for the entire week, so like an hour a day basically. You get like an hour in each of these. Like Stronghold Island is really Adina intensive. If you need Adina, that's where you're going to want to go. Devastated Castle is very XP oriented. Like if you're trying to level up, that's a good place to go. Atherin's Lair, I don't know, that you get 5 hours a day in there. to me, it's not really worth it. I don't know. I don't like that lair. I just can't survive in there long enough by myself, and it just doesn't seem to be worth it. Doing your dailies. So like you can see, like tap to claim benefit here. So this is one of my daily quests. This is one of the things that kind of pissed me off once I figured this out. So you get this stuff for free, and then those 5 things down there, you get to choose one, and you saw how they like went together and then come back. So you get to pick a randomly one. So you think like, okay, I'm going to pick this one. I actually did get the rare boot drop. But let's say, like, let's just say like, okay, you think like, you know, oh, okay, well, you know, man, I was lucky because I clicked that one. Because if I would have clicked this one, I would have got wood. If I would have clicked this one, I would have just got some, you know, common. See how it's like a white name and this one's green? White indicates common, green indicates rare. So you think like, oh man, you're lucky that you clicked that one, because if you would have clicked one of these other ones, you would have got, you know, crap. That's not how that works. It's still random. It still just randomly selects. You can pick any one of those. I could have picked this one over here and had just as good a chance of getting that rare drop. I figured that out because there's this one quest that you can do once a day that gives really good rewards, but of the really good rewards, I've done it every single day, and I've gotten the lowest reward every day except once. So basically, probably 25 times I have gotten the lowest reward, and one time I got something halfway decent. Yeah, so it's still a random roll. You're not actually picking what, you know, is behind door number 1. You know, you're picking door number 1 and then still re-rolling with a chance to give you whatever, you know, the game feels like. So that's kind of stupid, but, you know, like I said, that kind of made me mad whenever I realized that. I think that's basically it. The inventory is a little bit weird. Instead of just having like inventory space, you have bag weight. So you always want to stay under 50% bag weight, because if you go over 50%, then you stop regenerating health and mana. The other thing I think is kind of stupid is, as an archer, I actually have to go and buy arrows. You don't just have unlimited arrows like you did in L2R. That's kind of dumb to me. I could not tell you how many times I've woken up in the morning and been like, oh crap, I ran out of arrows at like 2 a.m. and my guy's just been standing there doing nothing for the last 4 hours. But you just got to keep an eye on it. The codex is a little bit different. It's mostly gear oriented, so like those I can put in my codex, but once you put it in your codex, it disappears. So it's not like I remember there was an equipment codex in L2R where you just had to obtain the gear, and once you had the gear, you had it. Actually, I'll show you how enchantment works. So I'm trying to get this to +6, and see it's only safe to +4. Let's see if we can get it to +6. If we can do this on stream, it would be a miracle. Hey, we got the +5. Let's see if we can get the +6. Nope, destroyed. And now see, it's gone. It's not even in my inventory anymore. And so that really sucks with like these higher things. Like that's just a rare. Like I've gotten like, you know, I've had 4 or 5 of those things, and they've all, you know, they've just all gotten destroyed. So I'm not crying to lose that, you know, but I would be crying if I lost one of these blue armors, because that's what I really, you know, I'm trying to, you know, work towards, or my blue weapon, you know. I mean, you're trying to eventually work towards like a red weapon, but you know, that's really down the road. But yeah. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. You know, like I said, it's pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to them adding more content. I'm hoping they add fortress sieges. If they add fortress sieges, the game needs some kind of better PvP aspect, because there's not a lot of PvP going on right now. Even like, you know, there's not even like an open fort or anything like that. There is this thing called the Olympiad, which is twice a day. And you can PvP in there. It's, you know, my team versus your team. But the idea is you get points for killing mobs. So, you know, for killing NPCs. So there's really no point to PvPing other than trying to slow down the opposing team, maybe. But it doesn't score your team any points to go and kill a bunch of people on the other team. Now, some people do it just because that's fun, that's that's what they want to play. But yeah, there needs to be some kind of fortress siege or something going on to give you some aspect of PvP, in my opinion. I mean, that's what we're really looking forward to right now. The clans are. I actually just left my clan a couple hours ago, so I can't really show you what goes on inside the clan, but it's nothing special. Basically the same way as L2R, you have to donate every day. Donating levels up the clan. Then there's clan raids, which I'm assuming are like clan dungeons. Once you get to a high enough level, you unlock those. But it looks like, like Queen Ant and stuff like that's in there. So it's basically the same. Hopefully, again, like I said, hopefully there's like forts and stuff coming soon to give us like something to do with these clans, besides just PKing people in the field for no reason. But yeah, hopefully you guys check this game out, and let me know what you guys think. Until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.